listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session on the Nasty Table 12 gauge.
Conference Room 12 at the United States Postal Service headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. Clyde Bowman died. He was one of us. We want you to proceed to his residence, remove any evidence of Delta Green's activities.
Pilot for hire. I work at night. I do different odd jobs.
I'm a historian at a university, guys.
I'm a veterinarian.
So you said there was donuts. How old do they seem to be?
You got Donut? Can you roll Donut? Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits compilation album?
I fucking love this song.
Yeah, there's like a weird tile.
It's a bullet hole. Looks to be about like a 9mm. Something fishy went on around here.
Well, we're not really here to investigate the scene.
The evidence seems to point in another direction.
It is good. It seems like it's good starting off. I think that you guys came up with really, really great characters, and that's something that I really, really appreciate. You know, when I have people who make really good characters, it makes the game easy because your characters kind of carry the story. If I could, please, from the table you guys here, could I get a recap of that last session? Just kind of sum up everything that happened.
The way the mission was delivered, which I guess kind of goes into the recap. You know, we're investigating someone who was a part of the program.
Yeah, and also very blunt, straightforward delivery. Here's what you do it. Bing, bang, boom, 48 hours.
It was a heart attack, so I don't think there's any reason to suspect something nefarious, so I don't know why in that context we would be kind of guarded. It sounds like, hey, you know, we all have a very particular skill set. It seems like you, being, you know, a vet, probably have some more biological insights. You know, him being a pilot probably has some leadership qualities that would be called for in this.
Perhaps.
I don't think you really disclosed what your character does, but you told me you were kind of like a handyman, so I figured, you know, around the house type shit.
And also,
and then
regardless, he may have came away with the biggest kind of takeaway from the previous session.
Yeah. And then, you know, as far as I was concerned, I don't think I told everyone what I did. I work at a university.
You mentioned
you were a historian.
Yeah, my character, you know, is a historian, actually an archivist.
So like fine details and stuff like that. You
correct.
Kind of fit
and
that role.
If we're looking at this on the surface as to what it is, it's like, okay, I can see why they need this particular group of individuals to look at something like this.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, it's, you know, someone with a medical background, brains, you know,
Piloting.
charisma, the face, and then the wild card.
The hand.
Not after Epstein.
Speaking of Epstein.
We were off on the date. When was it? When did the news break?
He got arrested in, was it August of
August or
19?
July.
And we're in April of
Well,
19.
I'm about to show you one of the greatest skills that I have as a handler here. Epstein got that news broke in April. That's canon. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. I didn't realize we were
in
saying
in this
happened.
universe, we were
Yes.
6 months ahead of the the Epstein ordeal.
Yep. We got ahead of the curve.
I would also really like the catalog in the beginning, the snack rotation. Just want it on the record. Justin brought snacks today.
Oh my god, like
yeah.
every week, like the
Do a little
snacks.
segment.
Today the snacks are sponsored by
Dude,
Hers kettle.
So if you really appreciate the crunchiness,
dude, we gotta
give us
reach
a
out to
shout
Middlesworth. See if they'll sponsor the Nasty
Come on, that good
We just have
Middlesworth.
We just have fucking bags of chips.
Of what,
Get-
hers or us?
No, Middlesworth.
Just
So-
get a weekender each.
Yeah, dude. So he's the one who introduced me. I order them from Amazon regularly.
That's crazy.
Like, I buy them. Dude, they're like, have you ever had them?
No.
Dude, they come in, if you get the big ones, I'm not exaggerating. It's a Ziploc bag, obviously with the branding on it, but it's like you could hold the thing with two fists. It's massive, and they're
32 ounces.
They're the greatest chips I've ever had.
I think I need to
in my-
invest. I'm a
Oh
huge
my
chip
God.
guy.
They used,
Well, yeah, dude,
they used to come in a
they're-
tub.
they're
They
like-
used to come like a
Well, that was the
big paper
Weekender,
tub.
right? Was the
The
it was almost
Weekender
like a
now is
wide
that
Pringles
Ziploc.
thing? Yeah.
But now, yeah, it's the Weekender, the old one. It's like a large drum of chips.
It's
just an industrial
They're so
amount
good.
of Middlesworth chips. And
So good.
The thing that really sold me on Middlesworth is like their barbecue flavor. Kind
Yeah.
of has like that salt and vinegar kind of.
Yeah.
kick
Well, and there's
on
a
the
little bit
back
of a
end.
spice at
Really
the
good.
end.
Yeah,
too. It's
yeah.
very,
Too
and it's like
sweet. Some
it's like a
barbecue's way
smoke.
too sweet.
No,
Yeah.
This is not. It's actually very mild and it's smoky.
Yo, shout out Middlesworth.
Middlesworth
bro.
chips are the
For
absolute
real.
best, and
Yo,
they need to be everywhere.
Yo, hold on. Just general potato shout out. Shout out
Shout out
potato.
potatoes.
Oh.
Yo,
Fucking
you guys are
March.
fucking killing
It's
it.
fucking-
out there.
Expectations. I'm gonna try to sell these magazines.
You
to
want
a
a Sports Illustrated from
I
2017?
don't
This is a
even
limited
know
edition.
how I could somehow.
you better hope he doesn't want to buy them.
Nah, we're gonna have
Like,
to,
oh, I was selling magazines the other day. I heard a gunshot.
Yeah, no,
Did
I
you?
thought I was-
Lazy.
we're gonna have to go back to that and rethink that. Yeah, something about that too.
Hey, I'm selling magazines. Also, did you hear a really loud bang yesterday? Because that would have been nuts.
Oh, this is fucking the gunshot silence of monthly. Get you fucking you hear gunshots.
shit. You remember that was Loud Monthly?
So, G-Cell, on their first opera together as a team, find themselves within the apartment of one Clyde Bowman. After doing some preliminary searches around, you stumble upon this bullet hole, which Vinny has been able to ascertain, along with Johnny, the pilot, Marcel, the veterinarian, Pierce, the historian, and Vinny, the night worker.
At night.
You guys find yourself planning your next step. The four of you all still in the bathroom. I ask, what would you like to do?
I realizing like my idea wasn't too good. I kind of look over at Pierce and I'm like, all right, maybe that gets you at the door, but we gotta think of something else. I look over at you. I'm like, you kind of look like you could be a cop.
Newspaper reporter, anything. Like,
What would I ask? I don't want to ask any questions about this guy. Like, no one knows he's dead yet.
what about a petition for gang activity?
You want to sign this petition?
But I mean, say the neighbor upstairs did hear it, and say he didn't say anything. Maybe he wasn't home. Maybe he was at work. Maybe he was asleep. Isn't that a little suspicious?
I think I got a nice cover story thought
I
up.
mean, we could also look. Kick the table. We could also look if anybody has like ring doorbells, anything like that that may have captured a noise. Something like that. Maybe we look at the perimeter, and then maybe we ask like, hey, my car was hit 4 days ago.
Right,
Maybe we
right.
could look for something like that.
We could pose as police and say, hey, someone in front of this apartment got mugged, and we're looking to find the person. Does anyone have any footage? Or we go door to door, don't put out anything.
I still think we're really
broad.
dressed like cops right now.
Is there any for sale signs or for rent signs on the block?
You didn't notice any when you pulled in.
I want to take a walk and go see if there's any.
Okay. You make your way out. You guys see Johnny walk outside.
I might go for a walk, see if I can find any ring doorbells, anything like that.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's take a look around,
In the
see what the
meantime-
neighborhood's like.
You see, Vinny takes out his phone and he Googles for the name Cassie Bowman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you search that. Doesn't look like anything particularly
listings.
noticeable comes up. Nothing
I
strange.
don't find her 4-year-old Facebook.
No
I was gonna
obituaries.
say like pre-K Dean's List.
No,
Yeah.
Not like fucking
no obituaries. Nothing like that.
That's what
Yeah.
I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was looking to see if she was dead.
Yeah. So again, you guys are whoever's still left in here in the bathroom. There's that linen closet across, the bedroom up at the top, the living area in the back with the kitchenette, and then that one door that you guys haven't gone in yet.
I'll head over there to that door.
I head over.
Yeah,
there.
let's-
Yeah.
Make your way in. This is it seems to be an office or maybe just like a general storage area. You don't notice any computer, but what you do see are stacks and stacks of paper. Filing cabinets, cardboard boxes, a lot of stuff in here.
I skimmed through a little bit of the documents just to get like a brief understanding of what they might pertain to.
It is extensive. It is a lot. first thing you see is like mortgage payment statements, and then you see like car payment statements, and like there's so much stuff here. It's going to take you time to like go through everything in here, but you have the feeling that this just seems to be file storage for Clyde Bowman, and the name matches
like a
on
business,
these.
like it's his stuff.
It seems to be his
property.
stuff personally, yes.
Okay.
Like water payments and municipal stuff like that.
I guess I just realized it just seems like some regular paperwork. Nothing out of the ordinary here. I was expecting a little bit more.
Maybe because he doesn't have a computer, he just saves everything hard copy.
I mean, the good paperwork must not be here. I mean, the way this place was cleaned up, there's no way somebody left a piece of paper with information on it for us. It's probably not even worth to sort through this stuff. Whatever's here is probably gone. That was interesting.
The other thing that you notice in here is a liquor cabinet. You kind of step over to it and you can see some really high shelf stuff kind of on the top there. Johnny Walker, some higher end kind of Crown, like Crown Black. And then you open it up underneath and you can see there is some really, really good whiskey in there. Particularly, you see something that catches your eye, a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, a notoriously very expensive liquor.
Is that real?
Yeah.
That's a real liquor?
Mhm.
It's one of the most expensive. Your character would know that.
Okay.
Even if Ant doesn't know that, Vinny
I
would
don't
know that.
Vinny would know that, though.
That's a bottle of Pappy.
I guess you see his eyes like kind of perk up, and he like starts to reach for it, and as soon as he like kind of gets to it, he goes, no, I can't. So remember, we're here for a reason. And he just kind of turns around and he goes, what's a normal bozo doing with a bottle this nice? You know what this is?
Pierce and Johnny, you guys are starting to make kind of like your loop around. The one thing that you notice, particularly looking for ring cameras and any kind of like outside cameras or anything like that, nothing in the area. Not across, not like adjacent, looking towards. The closest one that you find doesn't even look like it would be remotely anything close. Maybe like a block and a half up the way. As far as for sale sign goes, not a single one.
Check. I'm gonna check the listings on like Craigslist or anything like that. If anybody has like a room for rent, anything of that nature.
Did you voice to us what you were looking for?
Yeah.
Like, did you do that in
No,
character?
not in character. So as we're walking down the street, I'll go, man, maybe we can tell them we're moving into the neighborhood, and from there we can say, hey, is there anything
that's
crazy?
So smart. I didn't even think of that.
Is there anything kind of
That's such a good
weird
anecdote.
going on?
Yeah.
here?
Hey, how's the gang activity?
Yeah, does this look like an upscale part
Any
of town?
weird bangs in the late at night that you hear?
Anybody die recently?
Is this like an upscale neighborhood or like a
No,
kind
so
of-
it's like a lower middle class kind of
Lower.
working. But
Does that seem out of sorts to us? Because
I mean, so like the flip flop of that is that like these people who are here, they tend to stay here. You know what I mean? Unless they get evicted or otherwise. But you don't notice any within like, I think maybe the closest one that you would find would be like 3 or 4 blocks north.
So we don't have a good reason. So I don't have a good reason to go up to him, especially if I'm moving into the neighborhood.
so really, there's the upstairs neighbor with the and I am talking to you about this, Johnny. So the upstairs neighbor with the stairs that would go up, that would be the only person I would suspect. So we basically need an in as to getting up there, which, I mean, maybe you just pose as a neighbor.
Yeah.
And, noise complaints.
would the upstairs neighbor be renting off of the guy downstairs potentially?
That's unclear.
Maintenance man. All right.
I think I'm gonna start walking back to the house and
I
just
got
get
it.
ready to go knock on the door.
Marcel, are you doing anything during all this?
I'm gonna follow you when you do that, but I
Cool.
am gonna say, what if we pose as we're from the bank?
Yeah. Oh, I look weird in my flight get up. That's the only thing I could say.
Can you change? Do you have any clothes in the car?
Yeah. Why not? I definitely brought my overnight bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you like dress down or maybe
Yeah.
even look like you have an office job or something like that?
So I get into the car. I walk back to the car. I
Yep.
get changed real quick.
Yep.
Black blazer, brown pants, and same loafers.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go in and let them know. I'm going to say, hey guys, we're going to go up there. We're going to pose, as the bank, just trying to get an understanding as to what specifically he owned, because it's all the same address.
All right, cool.
So we'll say, hey, are you renting this property, from the downstairs person? We're trying to get assets in line, that kind of
Liquidating, things of that nature.
Correct. And then maybe once we kind of get our foot in the door, we can ask a few questions like, what'd you know about him? Did you hear about how he passed? Anything unusual recently? Like, we're the bank, we're trying to decide what to do with assets if we suspect foul play, that kind of thing.
Right. And I guess while you guys are up there,
Primary beneficiary type.
I'll look around down here. I'll see if I can find anything, maybe second properties. If he has one property he's renting out, maybe he has more.
Are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Did you guys, so in character,
Yeah.
Did you guys find any documents or anything like that?
Yeah, he was looking. I mean, there's bills everywhere around here.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
Yeah,
feel
in
like-
this office. Yeah.
I feel like the conversation might be kind of weird to get from bank information to a hole in the wall or noises. What if I pose as a mechanic and I say I just got finished fixing the holes next door? And I asked them if they had anything similar.
Well, we could also say that coming from the bank as well. Like, we're trying to, fix up the property before we either sell it because it was left to the, we technically still own the asset if he's making mortgage payments. But I guess, see, now it's getting meta because he wouldn't have told us that there were mortgage payments in there. You just told me.
Did you? Would you have relayed that information?
because it was just.
But-
I just say basically would have relayed to the group that all I found was common paperwork, and that said that he was like the property manager.
Property owner.
Yeah, owner.
Yeah.
So that he owns the whole building or whatever.
All right. So as far as what me and Johnny know, he's looking for sale signs. I'm looking for ring doorbells.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for sale signs so that we can get up there and say we just moved in, that kind of thing. There's nothing for sale. So we come to the conclusion that we're going to pose as the bank trying to assess the asset. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And I guess we wouldn't have even need to know that the mortgage was involved to come to that conclusion
Yeah.
anyway. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And
So-
I'll just stay here because I don't look like I work for the bank.
Are you changed at this point?
Yeah, I'm dressed and I'm starting to head back into the building. I imagine it doesn't
Yeah.
All right.
take too long to get there from what the half
So,
block.
Vinny, Marcel, what are you guys kind of doing right now?
I'm gonna continue to look around
Yeah.
to see if there's anything else that we could find. Any information I don't
Around the
know.
house or
Yeah.
through these documents?
No, I mean we're basically. I determined that the documents are kind of worthless to me right now.
Okay.
I was
And
going to look through the documents.
you're going to start looking through the documents? All right.
Vinny had no interest in all that shit.
Gotcha. Copy.
Big old chiefs all over
Um,
that shit.
Marcel, real quick, the first thing that you kind of realize is that there is a lot of paperwork in here. And you would know that it seems to be useful, sure, but it's going to take, if it's just you, it's going to take you 12 hours to go through every single piece of paperwork here.
All right. Can I go through a few? I look in the file cabinets. Are they by letter?
No, they are not.
By date?
They are not alphabetized. They are not organized by date. They seem to be all over the place, which is kind of how you get to this assertion. That if just you are doing this, what's your accounting skill? I'm sorry.
Base 10.
10. Yeah, it's going to take you 12 hours.
And there's a desk in here?
Yeah.
I just want to look at what's on the desk then, everything that's on the desk or in the
Yeah,
desk.
so normally you would expect to see maybe important stuff kind of set out by itself, but if you look at this desk, it's just 3 piles, stacks of paper, manila envelopes, all sorts of stuff. Open bank statements that have been kind of cut out of the envelope and pulled up.
All right. So kind of seeing that if we're going to look through these, it's probably going to take more than just one person. I'm just going to look around baseboards around the apartment while they're upstairs
Starting
doing
to do
their
a
thing.
deep dive.
Yeah.
Johnny and Pierce, what are you guys doing?
I think I meet up with Pierce and I say, we definitely probably are making a lot of noise down there. We should probably let him know we got some guys just kind of taking a look at what's going on down there just to make sure.
We're assessing assets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not unusual for someone, if they don't expect to die, to not have a will or anything. So the estate,
Took it up, yeah.
Yeah, we have people down there assessing the assets. We're just... I mean, would it make more sense to say that we're just employees at a law firm and we're in charge of the estate, and we're just trying to assess exactly what he owns.
Yeah,
and
maybe for
doesn't.
life insurance purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that makes a little bit more sense.
And that seems like we could probably have less knowledge about the business and just ask questions like, hey, we were just sent to, assess what he has so
Yeah.
that it can be distributed, that kind of thing.
I like that idea.
All right.
So, you guys are still inside, kind of make your way outside. You guys are going to that upstairs neighbor.
Yep.
Walking up the steps, and you can see the steps are kind of, they're not broken, they're not, like, damaged in any way, but they're kind of, like, covered in, like, that film of, like, kind of, like, muck.
Worn. They're worn.
Yeah, heavily worn,
Like,
maybe a little bit of,
like algae kind of?
Yeah. It's a little slippery. Maybe you got to watch your step as you kind of make your way up. And the door, you can see it's got like a wreath on it that has like Easter eggs kind of covering it and like an Easter bunny there. But there's no designation of anything other than that except for it says 48.
Is it? Is
It
this
says-
date
it says
after?
48?
This says 48.
All right, cool.
Is this date after Easter or before Easter? Are they delayed on taking down their decorations?
We're delivering
It's a
eggs.
very important point, and I want to make sure that I get it clear for you. Easter 2019 is the 21st. It is the 16th.
So we have 5 days. Okay, so it's in line that they have the Easter decorations up at this point.
Seems to be yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just walk up, look at Pierce, go, yeah, let's do it.
Knock on the door. Few moments pass before the door opens, and you see a very elderly woman holding what looks like a very small, maybe teacup, Pomeranian dog, kind of in her, holding her, and the dog it's got like crust in its eyes and shit, and the old lady kind of like looks out. Hello.
Before I say anything, I just want to take a good look at her up and down. Does she look scared, frightened?
Roll human intelligence.
Oh boy. 58 on a 50.
58 on a 50. She looks like an old woman. She looks confused, I would say.
Fair.
Hello.
Did she open the door at this point?
Yeah. Opens the door and she's holding this Pomeranian in her hands.
Saying, hi. We're from the law office responsible for the estate of your downstairs neighbor there?
Mr. Bowman.
Correct, Mr. Bowman. I'm not sure if you were aware, but he passed away.
Yes.
We've been sent here to just assess the property, what he owned.
You know, they said it took them 3 days to find his body.
They?
What a pity it is. The police.
3 days.
3 days. He was rotting.
Yeah, that explains
That
the
is-
smell
yeah.
we've been kind of sorting through.
It's sad, really. He was such a nice man, but no one cared about him.
We just had a few questions for you if you have a moment of
Questions,
time.
Please.
Would you mind if we stepped in?
Sure, please. Enter.
She kind of like steps back, and you can see it is an immaculate household. Doilies covering every single possible thing that it could be covering.
Even the doilies got doilies in this place. This is crazy.
Couch
a lot
covers
of
on
a lot
fleek.
of pinks, a lot of whites, tons of pictures kind of lining the wall of this woman, and tons of different children, grandchildren, and all sorts of things. And she kind of makes her way over to a couch that has a giant doily on it, and she sits on top and points over to two kind of stuffed chairs.
Have a seat.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, I'm also sitting down. Can we get your name for the...
My name is Mary.
You got a last name, Mary?
I did.
I don't remember.
Mary Janowitz is my name.
Appreciate that, Mary.
How can I help you young boys?
So we were just taking a look at what's going on. Was Clyde your landlord?
No, of course not. I own this home.
Did he rent from you? We're just trying to...
No, they're separate properties.
Yeah, see, the issue we're having here is we're trying to sort through, and there's things down there that we're not sure. It's his, it's not his. We're in charge of the estate, so we're just trying to iron out exactly what he has
Mitzi,
to his
stop
name.
biting me, you fuck. Oh. The dog's
So you mentioned
unruly.
You mentioned it took 3 days to find his body.
That's what they told me, yes.
So were you
Horrible.
interviewed by the cops?
Yes, the police detectives came and they asked me if I heard anything.
Did you?
No. He
Interesting.
slipped and fell as far as I know.
Do you happen to know who the detectives were, just so we can kind of verify this story with them?
It was two Hispanic men. Mexicans, if I had to guess.
No names or badge numbers that you got from them?
No.
They didn't drop off any reports for
No,
witness?
they said they would follow up with me, but didn't come back.
Oh, gotcha. I guess imagine they're with the Columbus Police Department.
That would, I suppose.
They didn't have any badge indicating that?
Oh, no, they did.
Okay.
Did you know if he owned any vehicles that might have been parked on the street? Anything outside of the home that might have been his?
No, he did not. Whenever he would go anywhere, specifically for his cabin visits, as he called it, he would always take some sort of cab or have a family member drive him. His wife used to drive, but after she passed, I think they may have sold the vehicle.
Very interesting. But nothing that comes to mind as far as things he owns, things he...
No, Mr. Bowman was a simple man. I didn't know him quite well, but you live together with someone for 20-odd years. You know, you get to know them a bit, I suppose.
His wife, do you know she died, what, 10, 15 years ago, would you say?
Quite more than that. Yeah, I would put it closer to 15. Marlene was wonderful. She and I used to cook together for potlucks, but she passed.
So you knew Marlene well, but just not Clyde.
Truthfully, yes. And I tried to support him during the tumultuous times dealing with a death like that, but he was distant after that.
I imagine so. It's a rightful time to be.
Cancer it was.
Well, anything else you'd like to add for us? Anything...
Well, if you are looking into his assets, like I mentioned, he would make frequent trips to a cabin he said he owned.
Did he ever mention where?
I don't believe so. I think perhaps east of here.
I'm sure through us going through the rest of his stuff, we'll stumble upon an address somewhere, but truly appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely. What were your names?
My name's Jim.
Jim, you have a last name, Jim.
Fair.
Jim Fair.
Jim Fair.
And you, little boy.
Greg.
Greg. Well, enjoy your stay in
Greg's that fucking last name.
this lovely area of Columbus, Ohio.
I had a last name too. I was waiting for him.
You should have just told her. You know, she asked the other guy.
I had a
obviously
last
she
name
wanted
too.
to know.
I was
Can
like,
I interest you in a doily on your way out? I make them all day. It's all I do. Mitzi, stop biting.
No,
me,
I hate this
please.
fucking lady.
How's the dog look? Dog look normal?
Yeah, dog looks fine. It looks old.
can I, on the exit, maybe get my foot, shirt, or at least pretend to get it caught on something just so I can give a quick search, see if I notice anything?
Kind of like around the area.
Mhm.
Yeah. Roll search.
Cool.
Shaking down this old woman. Searching the fucking sus old lady with Mitsu damage.
Line on the bottom or the top?
Line on the bottom.
Alright, so it's a 26 on a 50.
26 on a 50 success. You don't notice anything that seems out of place or alarming or weird.
The dog has a litter box for some reason.
Everything's exactly normal, but the dog pisses inside.
Yeah, the dog's got a litter
Will
box.
you be looking into his home below?
Yes, we already are.
Oh, well, if you need anything else, please feel free.
We may stop back up. If you hear any kind of rustling or loud noises, we just have a couple guys down there starting to go through the things, so just wanted to give you the heads up.
Sure. I don't sleep anyway.
Can I grab a doily?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a stack of doilies on like the way out.
Please take one.
Can I put that in my inventory?
Yeah, add a doily to your inventory.
And you, Jim, would you be interested in a doily?
No, I think
They're beautifully made. I worked very hard on them, and it would insult me if you did not take a doily on your way out.
What kind of material?
Cotton. Yarn.
You
I don't
you
know,
just make
doily.
these in your
Doily
off time?
related.
It's all I do. It's all I don't do anything else. It's all I do.
I doyle.
Since you've been so kind, I will gladly take a doily.
Okay.
Armor and gear. Doily.
It's beautiful. I worked so hard. It's a lifetime of work.
Kevlar.
That's gonna come up at some point. I'm gonna go, when the fuck did I get a doily?
Okay, get out of my house now.
Throw a doily at the at the NPC.
My name is Mary.
I was talking to the dog.
Oh, Mitzi. Yes. It's my other name. Get out.
Well, that
Leave
was-
now.
That was a big nothing, Johnny.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was a big nothing.
little bit of a waste of time, but
All right, let's get back in. Let's get back in the the condo with them. See if they found anything.
we need a location for that cabin for sure.
So, Johnny, Pierce, you guys kind of wrap up with Miss Janowitz, make your way back down. Marcel and Vinny, I do want to ask kind of what you guys were doing during maybe like these 5-10 minutes that they were away.
I was going. No, I decided not to do the documents quite yet. I was going through, like checking the baseboards.
Right, yeah,
checking,
you're
like,
doing this deep dive.
Is it carpeted?
It is carpet, yep.
Checking any loose carpet corners, anything that looks like it was cut out and then replaced.
One thing that you do notice, kind of as you're doing this deeper dive, is you do notice impressions in the carpet. It's basically like two lines that are parallel. They come out of the bathroom and go straight to the front door. They're very faint. The only reason that you kind of notice them now is because you're actually taking like a deep look at these. With your background as well, you have a feeling that this is probably something to do with like the roller kind of EMT stuff.
Like a gurney.
Yes.
Okay. And that's it for
So
last time?
far, yeah.
Okay. So I guess then.
Hey Johnny, so I think looking into those cops might be worthwhile. But I think I'm gonna hang back at the condo and see if I can find any information on the cabin. I don't know if you want to grab one of the other guys and.
Yeah, Vinny, you feel like talking to some cops?
Not my favorite thing to do, but I guess I can come along. You know, I'm not too bad at stretching the truth.
So Johnny walks to the back room and sees Marcel, and then he also sees the liquor cabinet. He winds up grabbing the nice bottle of Pep and brings it with him.
You bring the bottle of Pappy?
Oh yeah,
Oh, let's fucking go.
That's how you're gonna bribe the cops.
thinking about it.
So you're going to the cops?
Yeah.
Okay, copy that.
And I'm gonna.
Oh, before I do leave though, I do want to check to see if that door is any different than any other door. Does it look like it's freshly painted?
Nah, so
Same-
you take a look. It looks exactly the same as the
Okay.
other ones.
Marcel, when we were talking to the upstairs neighbor, she had mentioned a cabin. I'm gonna look around the place, see if I can find any information on an address, cabin, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to go with them or hang with me, but
There's a lot of papers here, so
yeah, why don't
we can
If you wanna give me a
bust
hand,
down
sir.
on this,
bust down?
see what's going
Marcel
on here.
and Pierce, but I mean, we are the two senior citizens in this.
Yeah,
party,
we're the
so-
oldies. We can't be.
We the old
We
heads.
give them the
yeah, we
the
let
walking duty.
them do the walking. All right, cool. So me and Marcel are going to go through these documents, try and find any information on the cabin or anything of note,
Yeah.
new information, and then I guess what
Yep.
they do is probably more interesting at this point.
So I mean,
when I say before you guys all leave, if you look, you can see his body was rolled out on a gurney from the bathroom all the way to the front door. You can see the tracks.
What, in the carpet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can kind of point it out and like.
yeah. If you point them out, they become more clear. Yeah, they're faint, but
I just want to note, because I think that's going to be taking up some time.
Mhm.
I am going to mention to him at some point during us going through the papers that it took 3 days to find his body.
Gotcha.
And that the upstairs neighbor told us that. And I got this really cool doily.
I also have a doily. I pull it out and I actually put it on my head.
So my question is, I mean, you guys are getting in contact with the cops. How do you do that? You're in Columbus, Ohio. You don't know where the police station is. Let me know kind of how this process goes.
Well, it's relatively easy to find the cops for us, I think. We could just take a quick Google search, find the closest station.
Yep.
I imagine those would be dispatched, or those guys would be dispatched to the site.
Yep.
And Vinny, names. Your in-character name. Pierce. Me and Pierce were thinking we go in as reporters. I check what the local newspaper is too.
Yeah, local newspaper is Columbus Times.
The Columbus Herald.
The Columbus Gazette.
So
All right.
stupid. We're in fucking Columbus.
I fucking hate that we're in Ohio, bro. All right, let's go fucking impersonate Columbus Times employees.
Where are we from the Football Hall of Fame? How far is Canton?
How far is Canton?
Walking distance or have to drive there?
The police station?
Yeah.
Drive for sure.
Okay.
You're going to have to hit like the main kind of street that kind of cuts up into Columbus and make a left down like 2 or 3 blocks to
Should
get there.
do you guys want me to leave the car here with you guys, or do you want us to take a cab?
Take it.
We need the car.
No, yeah, take the car. I mean, we were in walking distance from the post office.
Right.
All right.
Where are we sleeping tonight?
In this guy's house, I thought.
No, we'll get
Really?
we'll get a. Well, would it be a bad idea to make sure people have been here? People have gotten his mail. People got his mail yesterday. Someone might show up to get his mail
we
again.
We should leave traces of us being in this apartment. to be
No,
honest
but-
with you. But I do think we need to find a place.
Are
to
we still? Am I still there?
shack up?
Yeah, we haven't left yet, I don't think.
Something about sleeping where a bullet hole is doesn't seem straight to me, so we should find somewhere else.
That's a really good point, actually.
It might not be a bad idea though to get eyes on the front door in the morning because there's no mail here.
Well, let's see.
Someone was here this morning.
No, and I agree with that, but it also might not be the worst idea to see if there's a hotel maybe that's taller
Right.
than the building across the street. Maybe we could see it. We'll take
Yeah.
shifts, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Either way, as long as
long as
I think we
someone's
should
here.
look. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Does the couch pull out?
It does.
We could shack up.
Yeah, we
guys,
should shack
I mean,
up in the
yeah.
apartment, I guess, in theory.
Worst comes to worst, we can't find a good spot to sleep. We'll shack up here.
I'm sleeping with this guy, I can tell you that much.
All right, so Johnny, Vinny, you guys make your way out back to the car, get in, plug in the directions for the nearest police station, and begin making your way there.
NPR is still on.
NPR is still on. Marcel, Pierce, you guys are starting to look through, trying to look for any information on this cabin through these documents, correct?
Yeah, I want to highlight. I want to look for, information on the cabin because I know that, but also anything of note, or if there's any sort of rhyme or reason to the filing that he had in place. I want
Gotcha.
to see if I can notice any patterns, any.
And Pierce, what is your accounting score?
10.
Okay, copy that. Gotcha. You guys begin pouring through that. You guys are driving. Takes you a decent amount of time in order to get to this police station, this local police station, but eventually you do find the parking lot, which has some cruisers kind of coming out and going in, and you kind of pull into visitor parking.
So, Vinny, you got like a bag, like a duffel bag or a small bag that we could put this bottle in just in case we need to, shake some lips loose?
Yeah, I always got my bag on me. You just
He pulls it out of his back pocket.
Where'd you pull that bag out of? I know, right?
So I definitely stuffed the bottle in there. What's Vinny wearing? He's got like a suit jacket on, and
Yeah.
so he's a little too tight suit jacket.
Yeah.
Foreman.
Stretch those bells. When I sleep tonight, I'm gonna close my eyes, be in bed, fucking my eyes bloodshot open. Foreman, man.
We getting blowout sale. They've been closing for 30
What are you guys doing? Police station.
So I walk up to the receptionist, I guess, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, so you get out of the car, get out, open the door, get out, and you're walking up before you actually reach the front doors up, and you can see there's glass windows and this glass door kind of hand on the door there. Do you have your personal phone on you?
Correct, I do.
It begins to ring. You hear it vibrate as you kind of put your hand on this door.
I check to see who the caller ID is.
Unrecognizable.
God, that music was perfect. That was crazy.
I answer it. Hello, this is Johnny.
Gonzo, Avery here. What business do you have at this police station right now?
We're looking for some information
It's
on...
not part of your mission directive. Get back to Bowman's address.
Copy that.
Click. Hand on the door.
I look at
Who the fuck was that?
Vinny. Avery just called. We got to head back. They know everything.
And he waited until we got all the way to the fucking door?
Looks like they know everything, man. The timing was impeccable.
These people unironically suck. Let's get back in the fucking car.
And we hop back in the car and start heading back.
You get back to the car? Really? You walk back into the...
Hey, I know I
parking
was
lot.
part of the I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. I know mission directives, though.
Get back into the Equinox, and where do you head?
Back to the house.
Back to the house. Make your way down. The streetlights kind of zip past, and eventually you make your way back there. You guys begin going through that. I'd say you're probably about... I would say they've been gone for like 45 minutes. One thing that... I'm going to roll.
Oh, woohoo.
Ah, shit.
It's over.
Pierce, you find a document that is of note to you. Particularly, it seems to be death certificate. Marlene Bowman. And the date matches up to that is was described on the official dossier there. But it is an official death certificate. That's one of the things that you found so far. Cause of death seems to be cancer. Everything seems like it checks out, kind of in line with whatever you've believed so far.
Hey, Marcel, you know what's funny?
Huh.
We all die someday. We're never going to actually receive this certificate. It's always someone else.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how that happens, huh?
Yeah.
Some people don't even get them.
I kind of
just go missing.
Kind of floated over to him. I show him.
I take a look at it and
Yeah.
set it on
Wow,
down.
what a profound and stupid observation.
Johnny, you park the car back. You probably still have the same parking spot. Go ahead. What's up? Hey, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No. Sorry, I was taking a step. In what stack was this paper? What in this,
Random, completely
just
random. And this is part of like what you've been noticing so far, and you probably would have come to this observation 45 minutes in. Random,
Do I get the idea that?
but not purposefully random.
Well,
it seems to.
No, that's what I'm asking. Do I get the idea that like someone else may have been looking for something, or maybe he may have been looking for something and was kind of
Roll me. Give me bureaucracy if you got it. You got bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You got
No, I
law.
got it.
Anything like that?
I
Yeah,
got
go
it.
ahead.
Oh,
well,
boy.
hold on. So I have bureaucracy and
They'll both give you different things, whether you want to roll
it's fine.
bureaucracy
Yeah,
or law.
no. I'm gonna roll bureaucracy. We need the boys to pray on this. Oh shit! That is a 7 on a 40.
Nice.
Big
You
win.
get the sense that
Rolling rocks.
this has not been analyzed by anyone prior.
Okay.
There's nothing that sticks out that makes you think that. Two, what you think is that there is a system here that you don't know and probably will never know. It seems like whoever organized these documents, if they are organized, had their own system completely outside of any realm of understanding from anyone who has any kind of background in file sorting. Truthfully.
It has to do with like the indentations on the papers or something.
You don't.
You think I'd rack my brain trying
you
to
don't
figure it out?
Yeah, you don't feel like it's like random, like they just, because if it was random, they wouldn't be in piles and stacks or,
Right.
or put in filing cabinets. But there seems to be some system here that is just completely out there. It's weird, and it's
So
kind of like jarring. Too.
It's not date. It's not alphabet.
Nope.
It's not.
Nope.
If I guess it right, would you tell me?
No.
Fuck.
It's so ambiguous that he has
All right,
like
and-
it's just like he doesn't even know how it works. Probably.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure he does. He's a lunatic.
Johnny, you pull up.
Yeah, honestly, when I get back to there, I kind of just look back and I go,
Is there anything that happens on that car ride back? Any conversations?
yeah, I probably say, well, this fucking sucks. I can't get any information out of this guys. They want us to be as tight-lipped as possible.
I'm literally just like the whole car ride there. I'm like, but if he, why did he let us get all the way to the fucking door? I just don't understand. Like he could have just, if he knew where that's where we were going. Whatever.
So I put my hands kind of behind my headrest, and I just like let out a sigh and go, fuck, all right, let's go back in there and see what else we can find.
Okay, make your way back inside. Marcel, Pierce, you guys hear the other two walk in.
Who is it?
It's Johnny and Vinny.
How's it going, Press?
What's up, guys?
When I walk in, though, I want to go back over to that TV. Is there like a remote anywhere? Do they have like a stack of VHS tapes anywhere? Or is it like There's no VHS tapes anywhere.
No VHS tapes anywhere, but you do see a remote that's...
Are we gonna tell the boys we like totally fucked up the mission and Blood got mad at us?
Yeah, actually, I should let them know.
Hey, you're back pretty quick.
What are you doing back so
you must have cracked it
Fair point.
We
real
literally
good.
left. We're like, yeah, we're going to the police station. 5 minutes later, we just get back and Justin just starts going through like fucking VCR.
You know what?
He
I don't know
knows
what
to
he
watch
says, and
TV.
he's
Like,
I
do
don't
they
even
have
wanna talk
NPR
about
on
it.
TV?
He has C-SPAN on.
It's C-SPAN, baby.
Fuck this shit. I'm watching NPR.
So if you guys are asking, we get back and we go, yo, they knew exactly where we were. By the time as soon as I put my hand on the door, Avery called and he says, get back to the spot. So they're watching.
Sounds like there's something here then.
I'm starting to think this is one of these prove yourself operations. I think we're all rookies here. I don't think we're being told everything we.
Speak for yourself, doggy.
I'm just saying I don't think we've been told.
Do you say that?
everything.
Yeah.
You say that? Yeah.
No, that was in character.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel, I think we've been lied to by Avery. Is what I'm trying to get a point across to you, because this man clearly didn't die of a heart attack.
Are you guys thinking that someone killed this guy and they already know who it is? It might have been them. They just didn't want to do the paperwork themselves. They're just dumping it off on us.
Yeah, I think we're just jumping through hoops to prove ourselves.
We're just making sure nothing got left behind.
Yeah, I think they might already know what kind of happened here, and we're just kind of.
We're kind of like the test run to make sure
This is our first
when
mission.
someone actually goes through it who's not in the know.
So we gotta.
Yeah.
This is
So
our test.
there's something to be found here. There's something to be found here. Let's keep digging. You boys want to hop in and help?
Yeah, I'll take a look at some of the paperwork.
Cut down some labor hours.
Let's
here.
go file diving.
Okay, Johnny, Vinny, either you have an accounting score over 10?
No.
Not a zilch.
The criminal accountant.
So are you guys just like chomping the bit, just going straight into all this paperwork here?
Yeah, fuck it. We're grinding.
Yeah, I definitely
Everyone-
grab like a stack and I'm just checking to see dates and addresses.
Probably take you about like 3.5 hours to kind of get through all this.
So it was about 2:30 when we got there, right?
Yeah, so pushing now, we're looking at like 3:15, like 3:15.
I mean, we could get this shit sorted out
By 6.
in time for dinner. Yeah.
So walk me through this. The four of you kind of just like around in this room, and
So I relayed to him what we were looking for.
Yeah.
You know what we're looking for. We're looking for that address or anything of note. I think he's the only one who's not in the know.
Yeah, well, Vinny, you know, the guy where Clyde, he had a cabin, so we need to find something with that address on there. Any dates that look, or any addresses that look out of the normal, just shout them out.
All right, sounds good.
And anything else of note. I mean, you see documents on people, places, something. Just, you know, if it's more interesting than a water bill or a, you know, shout it out.
Yeah. His work with Delta Green was it was forfeiture stuff. It was like anything like that. So if you see anything that's related to something that doesn't sound like it's a civilian matter, I would say take that out and put it aside as well.
Hey, something of note, taxation and property confiscations. He's visiting a cabin. Do you think that cabin might have been confiscated from someone else?
How do you
What is
figure?
the cabin? Like, what did she say about the cabin? You said the lady upstairs talked about it?
So the lady upstairs was just mentioning that he had talked about visiting a cabin. He would go out of town to visit a cabin. She told us it was somewhere out east, but she didn't know exactly where.
Did she say when he was doing it?
She said pretty frequently. You know, it didn't sound like a, you know, once a year kind of thing. The way she worded it, and it wasn't too specific. It was almost like, you know, weekend trips to the cabin.
Was he doing what we're doing? Is that his...
I mean, the information we were given was he hasn't been active in the organization in years.
Anybody seen
Right.
a recent bank statement or anything like that? We could potentially.
Did I see a recent bank statement?
there are bank statements, yes.
Are there
recent-
purchases in areas outside of Columbus?
No, not that you notice.
How
I'm talking like credit card bills. No.
How much was the taxi cab if he's getting cabbed? Expensive? Not very expensive? Because that would be on the.
You don't see it.
Cabs are
You
probably,
don't see it on
he's
a credit
probably
card
paying
statement.
cash, dude. Especially if he was Delta Green.
Got it.
And so you guys begin going through this. Maybe 30 minutes in, one thing becomes apparent. Any kind of credit card statements that exist are strictly for bills. So strictly for like mortgage payments, which he's still paying off. And you do end up finding like his actual like mortgage statement, the most recent one for this property. He's probably about like, he's close. He's like 85% like done the entire mortgage payment there. But yeah, any kind of payments that are done on a credit card seem to be recurring bills. So yeah, that time goes by, an hour goes by.
Any
At
of
this
y'all
point,
want to?
we're pushing like 4:30.
Anybody want to crack open this bottle, help it go down a little bit easier?
I don't drink.
Yeah, no, me either.
I'll take a swig.
Crack open the bottle and pour a shot for me and Vinny.
Pouring a shot of Pappy.
Oh yeah.
We doing Pappy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys pour the shots, and it's not hard to find like little like glasses in the kitchenette and pour them out and take a sip.
Can I go grab myself a glass of milk? You said it was still on date.
Yeah. Get yourself a glass of
You
milk.
want a glass of milk?
No, but
Marshall?
is there a coffee machine in there? Do you see one in there?
There's a coffee machine there. Yeah.
Start up a pot. Let's get cracking.
No,
on
it sounds
this.
good. Yeah, I'm gonna start some coffee.
Yep.
And throw. It's such a bad idea. We're like in this dead guy's condo, just like drinking his milk and his liquor.
Well, did he have a sign like in his like apartment anywhere that said "Mi casa su casa" or no?
Yeah, he did. No, he
I mean,
did.
I'm just going by the rules.
What? Was the Pappy's opened or am I cracking this
The
bottle?
Pappy's was opened. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably about like 3/4 the way full. And the coffee is chock full of nuts.
Oh.
I do want to make like. Are there pictures of this guy around the place?
So Vinny did investigate the bedroom. If at any point you do make your way into there,
I think while I'm waiting for the water to boil or whatever, I'll mosey
I
around.
showed them the picture on my phone.
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so he's got some pictures in the phone. And then also if you do like wander into there, you do see some rather interesting stuff to you. Like I mentioned to Vinny earlier, there's this, like I said, queen-size bed, dresser on top that has these photographs of an older man and a younger-looking woman, as well as these high school graduation pictures of two younger men, photos of like a younger-looking younger-looking girl, and this ceramic paperweight that I mentioned that has like this child's handprint in it with the name Cassie, age 4, crudely written in paint on it. And you also see at this point when you make your way back there's a key ring that has 4 keys on it back there next to this paperweight.
I don't know why this popped into my head, but I feel like it's significant. What was the timeline of me leaving, getting here, and now where I'm at? How much time has passed since I left Philadelphia and I'm now here?
So it probably took you 5 hours. Got there 2 p.m. At this point now we're pushing like 4:30.
So I probably left the
It's been, like,
morning after because I got
and a
home
half
from
hours.
work.
Yeah.
Do I need to designate every time I'm keeping in contact with my...
Well, we can make this clear now as characters. If you guys have personal bonds that you would like to continuously keep in contact with, you can say to me, like right now, we'll say it now, hey, I have so-and-so, I'd like to shoot him a text. If it's a phone call, we'll have to role play it, but shoot him a text if it's shooting him a text.
So
let me know.
I'd like to point out that I'm maintaining contact with woman from my intro.
Sure.
Probably every half hour or so, lying for the most part about what I'm doing.
Yeah. And anyone else? Marcel, Johnny? No?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
So back on that VHS tapes while I'm pouring that shot, I don't see any VHS tapes anywhere.
No, not a single one, and that seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
This 2019, he probably sitting on some hardware.
You would think that he would be using it, especially as older gentleman. He might have.
Looking for like Black Diamond, Lion King. So
I was thinking for anything Disney, Lion King,
Little Mermaid,
Little
in
Mermaid.
a clamshell case.
Yeah.
No.
Is that the Little Mermaid one that had like the penis in the...
Yeah, and the trident.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. No. Yeah, no VHS tapes, which is weird. The coffee is done brewing. Pappy Van Winkle goes down. It's amazing. It's the best. I think it's any listeners out there might call me out on it, but I think it's bourbon technically. Maybe it's whiskey. It's good. Either way, it's brown and it's good. You wrap up in that back bedroom. Is there anything specific that you do in there? The paperweight, the key ring, and all those pictures.
There's a key ring with keys on it?
Yeah. 4 keys.
I'm going to grab them. I want to keep them.
Gotcha.
Do you jingle them a little? Play with them?
No.
In your pocket?
And I do want to say that I'm doing this under the guise of, like, no one else is going to know I have these keys.
Copy. So on top of that, you guys are still kind of continuously going through all this paperwork here between any additional shots of Pappy that happen or any cups of coffee that get poured. And another hour goes by. Now we're pushing 5:30. Anything else that happens in between this?
No.
Nah,
No.
think coffee's giving us the plural peps.
Yeah.
Yep. And then another half hour goes by, and another 30 minutes after that goes by before...
What day of the week is this, by chance? I want to see when the mail guy gets here.
Shut up, Finn.
Yeah, that ass.
Knowledge is power.
Tuesday.
What? And mail guy hasn't come. I go outside
back to 2019 and see the...
It would probably be earlier in the morning.
Mail guys would have already showed up.
You imagine so.
I just checked the mailbox again just to see if
Nothing.
Yep.
However, Marcel.
Yeah.
As you are going through all these records alongside everyone else who's kind of pouring through these, you see kind of at the end of this 3-hour jaunt information on a property.
Mm-hmm.
Rural area. This is property records, and they're all kind of combined together. Coal Hill Road in Scandia, Pennsylvania. It's probably about 4 hours away by car, and the papers provide they provide an address for it. That's the only thing of note that you guys pull from this. As you guys spend all this time pouring through these records, these bills, these statements, all this stuff, medical records, nothing really sticks out as being weird or notable other than obviously you guys prior found that death certificate, and then you find this information on this property that seems to be owned out in PA.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
All right.
And you guys feel like you have successfully poured through all these records.
All right. I think I got our cabin here. I think we got a document, got an address out in western PA.
Mind if I say it?
Yeah, I hand it over to you.
You said PA?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I don't know this specific town in PA. Can I look it up and just see the general area, see if it's anything of note? Like, is it like a mountainous region?
Very rural.
Well, you said rural.
Heavily forested.
Any signs in the place that he's a hunter?
Heavily forested. Not like
any signs in the home
Oh
that like
no,
he
you
may
haven't
like,
seen any purchase
no
records,
stuffed animals or anything like that.
No. And then on top of that, you haven't seen any purchase records for any kind of anything like that. No information on any kind of hunting licenses that he would have or anything like that at all.
Well, based on what you told us, if we're going in the wrong way, I guess we'll get a call. So, anybody up for a road trip?
How far out is that drive? I guess we Google Maps it.
Western PA and Ohio are not that far away.
Yeah, so if you do Google Maps it or look it up on Apple Maps, anything like that, it looks like it's about a 4.5 hour drive, about 4 hours.
Looks like we're all going on this
What's
one.
it now, like 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Get there before
10.
10.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a key underneath the doormat or something.
Maybe.
Before we leave this place, I clean up any trace of us being there.
Yeah, I think
It's gonna take you.
That's
it's-
gonna take
It's gonna
some
take you guys some
time. We
time
make
if you want to do
coffee.
that. It's up to you.
So like, I was
80,
like, I-
80s music
I guess-
montage.
Yeah.
We're
Throw one of the
cleaning
vinyls on the
yeah.
player.
Frank
and-
Sinatra's going.
I go back
on.
over to the vinyl player. I flip the disc over. What's on the other side?
There's nothing on the other side.
Fuck.
But I mean, as you're
Oh, Frank Sinatra's greatest hits was a one-sided
Yeah,
record.
what the fuck?
all right, it's the other side of the greatest hits. It's
All
the
right,
other
so
side of the.
can Ain't
Come
That a
on.
Kick in the Head play? And can we clean up the house?
Well, if you do take the time to go through the other records that he has in there, there are quite a bit of other records.
Yeah, like Sidney Crawford.
Do you think he has Whip It by Devo?
He's got. There's a lot of like. Obviously, there is a significant amount of Frank Sinatra.
Is it like
Like no, to the point that you recognize that he is a big fan of Frank Sinatra, and that's notable.
Old Blue Eyes himself?
You also see like there's some Perry Como, Bobby Darin, like Tony Bennett, and Dean Martin. Kick in the Head is on a record that he
Alright,
has
cool.
there.
Yeah, I put that on and we clean up the house.
How lucky can one guy be? And you guys are like going around.
You see me
and
like
fucking
you see
cleaning
me.
up.
I'm in the. I like go into the closet.
Okay,
I
this
get the
sound like
vacuum
Sinatra.
I get the vacuum cleaner and I'm like dancing with it while I get the cord and everything.
She's banging the broom up.
What
What are you doing down there?
I mean,
Mitzi's barking. She's going nuts.
Going crazy.
it probably takes you about like 30 minutes to feel confident that you have put the home back in the place that you have found it.
Did we vacuum up the gurney marks?
Is that a point that you try to do or no?
Like to
That's,
remain.
you would have had to
retain
catch him in the
integrity.
act. Like, wait, don't. Like,
I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Is that important to anybody
Nah.
where they would have interrupted that?
No, not to keep them there.
no, I mean like
The
I feel
gurney
like,
marks get vacuumed up.
damn.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean like I
think
feel
that's
like
fine.
we don't have like we're
checked-
not like cops. We don't have like fucking equipment to like forensically test stuff. So like while we can note that evidence, that's all it is to us.
We checked all the doors, correct? There was no door left unopened.
Yes.
All we know is the body was removed via gurney, and that evidence really doesn't tell us too much other than that the body was removed.
Right.
So
Eventually, you guys feel like you have left this house in the same way that you've entered it, save for, are you taking any documents with you? What are you taking out of this house?
The bottle.
The address.
You're taking the
I'm
bottle,
taking
Pop?
the bottle.
Pappy?
And did you hold on to the death certificate?
I put it aside. If
Then-
we want to
no,
keep anything,
I'm-
let's just take pictures of anything we want.
yeah, I would just take pictures of anything because we don't have the knowledge of what the Sons know.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Taking pictures of the property records of the cabin and the death certificate?
Yep.
Any pictures of anything else other than what Vinny said he was taking pictures of, like the photos and the hand weight or the paperweight with the hand in it? Anything else?
I look at Johnny and I'm like, look, I want to keep the Pappy as much as the next guy, but maybe we take another swig and put it back. We don't. That's a very expensive bottle. That's the number one thing I would know go missing if that was my dad.
You know, you got a point there. We'll leave it.
Take one more swig of Pappy for the road.
Big time. I'm no longer driving at this point.
What do you mean, bro? Hit that backstory. Fly that shit upside down.
Put the Pappy
I
back
inverted
in
the
liquor
bird.
cabinet. Back in the liquor cabinet.
Fill it back up with a little bit of water.
Yeah, just like in high school.
You cutting a Pappy, bro?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Cutting
Yo,
the Pappy.
that's actually nah. I can't.
Maybe
do
I
him
put some
like
Johnny Walker back in there.
Filing the Pappy. Yeah, it's gonna come out the Pappy's just like melting the core that you just dropped bourbon into.
And eventually you guys wrap up, lock the door, back to the Equinox. And where are you guys headed?
East, baby. Who's driving?
Who is driving?
I'm no longer driving.
I don't
I'll
believe
drive.
my character has a fucking license. He walks everywhere.
Is this the literal drive? Does this mean drive? This skill down here, or is that like?
No, that's driving.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Drive.
I can do that.
That's fine with me.
Easy enough.
Critical fail. You crash into a light.
Everything's
lamppost.
over. We have to recast. Characters.
You guys
Start
are
everything
just-
from scratch.
You guys get
That whole session was for not like the next session. We just pick up. All right, guys. What's your guy name?
You guys make your way out of Columbus with
Thank fucking God.
Vinny driving. So 4 hours is going to go by. So I do want to ask, are there any conversations that take place on this drive And I want to make this clear now that so once you guys get to your end destination, you can't really say, oh, well, we had that talk on the drive here. So tell me if any conversations happened.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys, hey, do you think we should call Avery and let him know that we think that he was shot and killed and it wasn't a heart attack?
Avery was very, very clear that we report back anything we find in 48 hours. I don't think he wants to be bothered while we try and get answers.
All right.
Personally.
He said only if we found that he had violated any, like, breached security,
But
basically.
It seemed
That's the only reason he said
it seemed
to call.
very clear to let him know, in 48 hours, whatever our findings were, whether it was good, bad, and indifferent.
Good, bad, the ugly. All right, then we'll keep on trucking as it is. I should probably shoot a text over to my significant other at this point.
Copy.
Yeah. What do you guys make of, the bullet hole and, I find it hard to believe that Avery would have gotten false information about the heart attack. Are we thinking some sort of cover-up?
That's what I'm thinking. I think the first group that went in there to scope the place out must have missed that.
Why want this retired guy dead? You know what I mean?
He's a loose end.
Yeah, but he's been retired since 2005. We're talking, it's been 15 years. This guy was... Christ, he was born in 1950. That makes him, 69?
That cabin information, that was found on a mortgage document?
Yeah,
does it show
payment information?
Does it show when the home was bought?
No, the records do not go back that far, but they go back at least 20 years.
Okay. So he had this cabin while he was in Delta Green. Maybe he was stowing information at the cabin and left his home.
But why have us look into something that might have been executed by them anyway? It seems strange.
Maybe they didn't know about it. We're just stumbling upon it ourselves.
Either way, this guy was a part of the group for quite some time. Taking part. He said he did 11 operations. Sounds like that's 11 people he could have took stuff from.
Yeah,
and 11 people that could want him dead.
11 operations over the course of... he hasn't been active in... Christ, what is that? 34 years?
Property confiscations usually mean a criminal went to jail. And when they get out...
Interesting. You seem to know a lot about the topic.
I know a thing or two about criminals.
Care to elaborate?
It's on a need-to-know basis.
I imagine and you guys kind of hit the highway. There's not a lot of cars on the road, and Vinny's just kind of gripping the steering wheel, not making eye contact,
white knuckling it,
talking straight.
You see, if he's in the back seat and I'm adjusting the mirror and I make eye contact with him, and I you'll know when you need to know.
Oh, fucking lean into it, dude. I'm playing a twink over here. Just give him a dirty look.
Be a good boy for me, okay?
5'4" of pure anger. I'll beat your ass.
And you guys cross the state lines over into PA.
Got that pre-chode vibe.
Shut up, you fucking twink. He fucking steps on the pedal.
All right.
So eventually maybe 3.5 hours go by before you guys kind of start getting off these main roads and start hitting these back roads. And these are I'm talking dirt roads. You feel honestly, and this is not hard to kind of notice, anyone in the car, these roads that you're driving on could be particularly dangerous in bad weather. If it's super rainy, super flooded, then you're mudding. You're going through mud, and it would be a bad problem here. Eventually, you reach your destination, though. 4 hours go by. At this point, it's 10:05, 10:10. You pull up this long, winding dirt road, and you haven't seen a car in 45 minutes. Headlights illuminate this simple one-story cabin that seems to be entirely made out of wood. It's very simple. There's some windows on either side of what looks like a main door and a wraparound porch.
Did we get to the property yet?
You're just hitting the headlights because it's pitch dark now, 10 o'clock at night, and the headlights kind of light up this property. It's a long, winding driveway. You haven't seen another house for
So I
20
lit it
minutes.
up. I've determined that the path of the driveway is safe.
Yeah,
All right,
it seems
I
to be.
turn the headlights off because
So
I
you
want to be stealthy.
Cut the
as
lights
we
out.
approach
Yeah,
the house.
cut the lights out and begin making your way up. And whatever moonlight, probably like the moon's like 3/4 full, kind of illuminates
And I
a little
cut,
bit.
like I'm driving like stealthy, like the car's like quiet, and like I pull up far away enough that if there's anyone in the house, like they don't hear us coming.
And that's easy enough to do. I'm not going to make you roll for that. That's easy enough to just kind of drive up slow, maybe take it 5 miles per hour and pull straight up. And you can see this house up there, this cabin.
Lights off on the cabin.
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna tell the group, like, I'm gonna pull a little ways away. I don't want to give away our spot here. We don't know who's in this cabin here, so
I like that.
probably better to go quiet.
So there's this dirt road that leads up to it. Do you stop on the dirt road? But it is kind of like on an incline too. So if you do want to pull off a ways away, it's going to be like you're probably going to have to pop the e-brake to kind of park the car correctly.
Yeah, like, I just I kind of tuck the car away in like a safe spot.
Yeah,
like
easy enough to pull off on the side of the road and kind of park. And it's probably going to be like a. I mean, are you looking for like 100 yards, 50 yards? How far away?
Like, just far away enough to where, like, if there's anybody in the house, they definitely don't hear us. But
50
not too far to where it's like, we gotta fucking...
50 yards puts you out of eyesight and allows you to approach quietly.
Yeah, just so, like, if there's any fuck shit in the house, we can still get back to the car in, like, a reasonable amount of time.
But yeah, so you park the car. What do you do?
I just look at everybody, get to say, like, well, we're here, so... Do we all want to head in at one time, or are we gonna, send 2 of us in? Check it out first.
I'll go check the door. You guys wait here.
I mean, I'll just come with you just in case.
No. Wait here, man. It's all good. So I'm going to get out of the car.
Yep.
I'm going to go up to the door.
Okay, so you got to walk maybe 150 feet, pretty far, kind of up the road there and step up.
Is it dark enough that at this point I'm out of sight of them?
Yeah. So everybody notices you guys see Pierce kind of walk up and eventually kind of fall out of eyesight.
I'm going to pull out the keys.
Yep.
And I want to try the keys opening the door.
Yeah. So you step up to the front door. First key doesn't fit. Second key doesn't fit. That third one, you put it in, it fits.
Unlock it?
Unlock it. It unlocks.
All right. I'm going to throw the keys back in my pocket, and I'm going to walk back to the car, kind of slowly.
Yeah, and you guys all see... I mean, do you guys have any conversation while Pierce is gone?
No, I'm just kind of watching intently, make sure nothing's moving around, like in the windows.
I asked, I'm like, the fucking weirdo. Why did he just wants to go alone?
I was thinking the same thing, man. He didn't want any help. I mean, what if shit goes awry? I guess we're close enough, but... It's a little sketchy if you ask me.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
As that conversation wraps up, you guys see Pierce kind of come out of the darkness.
So I'm going to open up the car door. Say, hey guys, I looked in. I didn't see anything. But kind of weird. The door's unlocked. We can go in, check it out.
The door was just left unlocked?
Yeah, I mean, it's a rural area. I mean, I didn't even see any other houses. I imagine most people don't lock their doors around here.
Seems strange to me. But, all right. I guess we'll come in.
Yeah, and I hop out and start heading up. I want to check the perimeter of the house before I go into the door, though.
So you guys make your way kind of up that hill. And eventually, as this cabin kind of comes in view, the 4 of you kind of stepping up side by side. The moonlight illuminates it in such a way that makes it clear that you'd be able to, look in through any windows or get around the perimeter. As you guys step up, you don't see any visible tire tracks or anything like that. Getting closer to this cabin, getting ready to step inside, getting ready to do a perimeter, getting ready to look into what Clyde Bowman was up to. That's where we're going to pick up next session.
Fucking dick.
Get used to that.
Write down something, man.
Get used to the cliffhangers.
Thank you for listening to this installment of 12 Gauge, a Nasty Table production.